everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome in if you're new here. So in today's video we're just gonna do a very basic, very beginner friendly set. So in today's video I'll be showing you everything that you need, the most basic items that you need to do some Gel X nails. For anybody who's starting out, anybody who's new to Gel X, this is just my way of doing it, and this is how I find it to be the easiest. So I'm just going to walk you guys through everything that I use and that I would need, that anybody should actually have if they're doing their own nails at home. So let's get right into that. So first of all, I just wanted to give a little bit of a disclaimer. I am not a nail tech. I'm just a DIY at home. Let's just say I'm a nail enthusiast. I do my own nails at home. I don't have any paperwork or anything for doing nails. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Everything that I know and that I've learned, I taught myself, and I learned from watching YouTube videos and tutorials. So this is just what I would do and how I do my nails. So if you want to follow that, you can follow along with me. So first, I wanted to mention that I will be putting in the description a link for a checklist. It's just a little document, a Google document that you can go and check out, that has everything that I will be using today. It's on the list, so that if you don't have any of these things, you can go out and get them. I will see if I can put links to the things. I will try my best to do that, only because a lot of the things that I own, I buy them locally, and here in my country you might not be able to buy certain things locally. But I will see if I can find any Amazon links or Temu or Shein links that I can put in the description for some of the stuff that I have, that I did buy from my local nail supply store or from local nail suppliers here in my country. But without further ado, we're just going to get started. Number one on the list, let's just break this down into categories first. First, we're going to start with nail prep. Then we're going to do application. And then we're going to do nail art. And then we're going to top coat and finish off the set. So the tools that I would say that you need to do basic nail prep would be a buffing block. This one is a 180 grit buffing block on all sides. I did buy these on Temu, so I will see if I can get, if the link is still available. If not, I will just link some buffing blocks in the description for you guys. Next, nail clippers. I just use these. I would like to get straight edge nail clippers. As you can see, these are not straight edge nail clippers. These have a little bit of a curve, but I still use them anyway. But it would be better to have straight edge nail clippers. So that's nail clippers. Then also, very important, cuticle pusher. So this you will use to push your cuticles back and for prepping your nails before you start doing anything on your nails. Whether you're doing a normal manicure on your nails, or you're putting extensions or polygel or acrylic or whatever you do, you need to have one of these. Next, you need a nail file. My nail file looks all dinged up, but I have some new ones somewhere around here. 180 grit nail file. The rough side would normally be for debulking when shaping, or if you don't have a e-file, you would use this rough side for when you want to remove the product from your nails. Then the smoother side would be for shaping the nails and for shaping your natural nails. I will get into the actual prep when we start applying the nails, but this is what you need. And this is optional, but I don't even use it that often anymore. A cuticle nippers. These are so old. I need to get new ones. But cuticle nippers is very optional. You don't need it if you are new. from the beginning of me starting doing my own nails, I have used the cuticle pusher. Cuticle nippers, just because I like how it looks, how it cleans up the cuticles. So it's optional, so I won't even say that it's a necessity. And I'm not even going to use these today, but just thought that I'd mention it in here, that this is one of the tools that most people do use actually, but I don't use it all that often because I do my nails so often. I don't need to cut my cuticles that often. So yeah, this is optional. I'm gonna put this aside because I'm not gonna use it today. Then these are the tools, your prep tools. Now let's get into, after the prep tools, you have some other prep items. We've got dehydrator. This I did buy from my local nail supply store, but I will link dehydrator in the description box that you can get from Temu or Amazon. And a primer. This is a acid-free sticky primer. They call it sticky bond, but this is just a normal primer that it helps adhesion of the gel products onto your nail. This is just to dehydrate and cleanse the nail plate. Then after you used these two items, you will get into base coat. So this base coat also from one of my local suppliers, but I will see if I can link some down below that you guys can get online. But if you have a nail supply store wherever you are, you can just get a UV or LED UV soak off base coat, and that will work fine. But I will link whatever I can down below. I'll find links to everything that's on that list, and I will see if I can get, like, normally you can get a set where you get like base coat and top coat in a set, and then you get nail prep and dehydrator in a set. So if I can find the things in sets, then I will link the sets down below. It'll probably be better to buy it that way. So that's what you'll need for prepping all the nails before you start doing any extensions. Now we're going to get into what you'll need for the actual application of your extensions for this method that I use. So firstly, obviously you'll need your nail tips, your extensions. So I haven't used these. I don't think I've used these on my channel yet, but this is also just the soft gel full cover tips that I bought on, okay, again, bought it from a local nail supply store, but same type that you can get on Shein, Temu, and Amazon. And I will put a link down below. The links for the nail tips that I'll put down below is gonna be, I'll see if I can find like a link that has all the nail shapes and lengths so that you guys can just pick and choose what you want. Because normally I will just link the exact tips that I use, that actual link for the tips that I use, but I will put a link for the tips that have different shapes and sizes for you guys to pick from. But this is just what I'm using today. So obviously nail tips. Then another thing that I don't have nail glue gel. I normally use my base coat to apply my nails, only because my base coat is very thick. It's almost out actually. My base coat is quite thick. It's more like a rubber base builder gel, but I will link a nail glue gel in the description. That the most common one is the Beetles one, so I will put a link for that for Amazon and for Temu, because Temu also has some Beetles products. Sorry about that, don't know what's going on outside. But another thing that I want to show here that I use is the soft builder gel. So this is the exact same viscosity as that base coat that I have. It's quite thick, it's very viscous. Please excuse this bottle, it's like very old, almost 2 years old. I do need to get me a new one of these. I didn't use this much because I used to just do my own natural nails when I started doing my nails. And now I use this to adhere my soft gel tips. but you can, I've seen people use base coat, but I think it's better to use a thicker viscosity of gel when applying your nails, just so that you know that you have something strong. Or if you have a rubber based gel, like I had this right here, you know. Where are you? Yeah, I have this rubber based gel. This is just a nude rubber based gel. I sometimes also use this. So if you have something like this will work perfectly fine. But I will put the nail glue gel in the description so that you guys can get the product that's actually supposed to be used for applying nail tips. But if you cannot get your hands on it, if you have a thick viscosity of base gel, I would just say go with that. Or if you can't find a nail glue gel, you can just get a soft builder gel, or you can get the any rubber based gel. Even a colored one would work fine. Okay, so that's what you, oh, another thing that you would need, is a mini flash cure light. Look what I did to mine. It's crazy, right? I need to get one that has its own stand. So I bought this flash cure light. You can get it on Amazon, Temu, very cheap. I just taped it on one of the little tripod stands for one of my lights, for one of my ring lights, just so that it's more convenient because you need to use both your hands. But I will link a proper flash cure light in the description that you can use. I want to get one of those gooseneck lamp lights, those gooseneck lights. Those are the best, and that's what I'm gonna link for you guys in the description. That will work best for this, or just one of those ones that have a magnetic stand that you can clip on. I'm not leaving this light in the video because this light looks nasty, but just that a flash cure light would work. And one of the most important things that you need for applying nail tips or any gel extension, of course, would be a full size curing LED UV light. I'm not sure the wattage of this. This lamp is also quite old, but you need a full size lamp to cure your gels. If you are doing gel nails, this is one of the first things you need to buy when buying all your prep stuff. So I will link something similar to this in the description. I did buy this on Temu, but they don't have it anymore. You'll see in my other videos, I linked lamps in the description from Amazon. I will just link that same one, which is about the same as the one that I have. But, oh yeah, one thing I did forget. It's important, but I don't really use it. Gloves. I did buy these gloves on Temu. I will link them down below. These are not latex gloves. These are I think it's nitrile gloves. So this doesn't get eaten away by acetone when you work with it. So gloves are very important because you don't want gel to touch your skin, because you want to avoid getting contact dermatitis or any other allergies. So it's always important to wear gloves. Don't do what I do and don't wear gloves and touch gel with your hands. Very bad. I just don't like gloves because they make my hands sweaty. But for the purpose of this video, I shall wear a glove today when doing my nails. So that's what you need to apply the nails. So optional extras for nail art. Seeing these nail tips are clear, you're gonna obviously need to put on some sort of design on your nails. And for today, I want to keep it super, super simple, just because I know not everybody has the skills to paint nail art or draw nail art and stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm just putting on this cat eye gel. This came in a set of 6. I will link this in my description as well. I have linked it in one of my other videos, but I'll link it down in this one as well, under the optional extras for nail art. I'm going to use this cat eye gel today for this nail set. And I'm going to use nail stickers. Nail stickers are your best friend when you are a beginner and you don't know how to do any art. I personally don't like the nail stickers that I have because the supplier that I bought these nail stickers from, I don't know if you can see the clear parts of it are not really clear. They look yellowish. So I'm not sure how those would look if you had to stick it on a dark background or light background. I'm not sure, but I tried using some of these in another video, but I don't think I even used it in a video. I just think I tried putting them on my nails. And I don't like these, but I'm gonna try this one today. Just using these 4-point sparkle stars in my nail set for the day. Then that's all the nail art that I'm gonna do. Very simple. Also for the cat eye gel, you need a magnet. This magnet came with this 6 bottles of cat eye gel. These are very cheap, 7 mLs, which is 0.24 ounces. Very tiny. Don't really use them that often, so it's been lasting me quite a while. So I'll use this one today with the nail stickers and with the little magnet that came with the gel. And that's all that I'm going to use today for nail art. It's that simple. You can even just use a plain color, any color that you like. Apply those without even having to use cat eye or stickers and top coat, and you're done. So after you've done your nail art, you're gonna need a top coat. So this is my go-to top coat from one of my local nail suppliers. I have been hunting high and low for a good top coat. I did try this Yokefellow top coat. I'm not a big fan. The top coat I have on my hands right now, on my natural nails, is this. I used this in 2 separate videos of mine, and let me just say, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Like, it's nice. It's got a nice viscosity and all that. I just don't like the fact that it's kind of dull. It's not very glossy and shiny, which this is, and I'm almost out. I need to get it. It doesn't stain, it doesn't scratch, whereas this scratches quite easily. I mean, I only had it on for a few days, but I just don't like the fact that it's not as glossy as it looks when it's uncured. So, yeah. But I will see if I can link a different top coat other than this. I've seen many people using the Beatles top coat, and apparently that's good. I haven't gotten it yet. I need to get it, but I will see when I can. But I'm not gonna link this top coat down below just because I don't personally like it. But I will try and link a different top coat that I know works, that I've seen other people use, that is also affordable. So I will try and link that in the description for you guys under the top coats. But without further ado, I think that's it. Is it? No, I'm lying. Last but certainly not least, okay, 2 items. I forgot to mention the scrubby brush for when, after applying the nails, for filing. Scrubby brush to scrub off all the dust after you've filed up your nails, and cuticle oil for when you're done with your top coat. I'm like so upside down right now. Forgot to mention 2 key ingredients, not ingredients, 2 key items that you need when doing your nails, and that is alcohol and acetone. Well, you can't really see the difference, but I just put them in these little pump bottles that I also bought on Temu. But basically, this is just, I think the one that I use, it doesn't give me a percentage of alcohol, but I think this is like 90%, or actually, I could be wrong because the ingredients just says isopropyl alcohol and fragrance. So I don't even think this is diluted with water. So I think this is just pure alcohol. This is the same alcohol that I used in my applying my Lazy Girl Method polygel. So it works well. I know everyone has their own opinions. Also depends on the type of polygel and the brand of polygel that you use with regards to stickiness and all that. but this is just the one that I get readily available. I don't need to order it online and wait for it to come. I just go to my nail supply store and get it. This is the one that I use from my nail supply store, Planet Nails. It's just written sanitizer. It's the same thing. It's used to cleanse and dehydrate. So this is what I get. I normally get these in big bottles, like 1 liter bottles. And my acetone, just get it from my local nail supply store as well. Also get it in like a big bottle, quite cheap. So I would prefer that you buy this local. If you are in the US, you can get it at Target, I think Walmart, anywhere, literally anywhere. But I know the most popular one that I see others using in I see other people using in the US is the one you get from Walmart, that very big container of. So they can get acetone. I think acetone you can also get at Sally's, at Target. So I think you can get it anywhere, but I won't recommend ordering. I think Amazon you can order from, it's okay, but I won't recommend ordering any like chemicals from Temu. Just because they don't ship well, they always leak and stuff. So I don't think it'll be best to do it that way. But yeah, I think that is it for uh I had all this planned out and then I'm like all upside down right now. But really really last thing on my list right now, something I didn't mention, which is not a necessity, but it's a necessity for me. I cannot live without this, cannot do my nails without this. That is my e-file. I didn't use an e-file when I started doing my nails, but I will tell you that it is a lifesaver. Even when you are a beginner, I know it's intimidating. I was intimidated by this before I started using it, and I hurt myself like twice. And I've been using an e-file for over a year now, and I've hurt myself twice just because I didn't know my own strength, pressed too hard, hurt my nail beds. But I've learned how to be gentle, and it works so well. I don't use it for prepping the nails, only use it for cleaning up the cuticles when I need to, and I use it for debulking. For removal, I think this is really important, even if you don't want to use it on your natural nails. For removal, I think this is really important. And when you buy an e-file, it normally comes with a thing like this, with like little bits and stuff. So this wasn't in here. It comes with these. I don't know where the other one is, but it's also like a little barrel kind of bit. And you get these little mandrel replacements. Mine are somewhere, I really don't know. But something that I got, that I bought separately, that I use all the time, I don't really use those much. I bought this mini mandrel it comes with a little box of these. I use this. I've been using it recently. I haven't used it much in the past, but I've been using it recently for like cleaning up the nails when I am doing filing on top of my nail extension. But for the removal process of it and for smoothing out the nail, I use this. This is just a large barrel carbide bit, and this is a medium grit. I didn't want to get a coarse because I didn't need it. So the medium bit I use, this is a safety bit. As you can see, it's rounded. It helps protect the cuticle so you don't cut yourself. And I haven't really had much problems with cutting myself because I'm very scared of doing that. So I've never really had a problem with cutting my cuticles with any kind of filing. So yeah, this is what I know. This is what I use all the time. I barely ever change this bit from my nail file because this is my go-to, and I'm gonna use this one today. Sorry, I don't know what that banging is. One of our neighbors. I live in apartments. One of the neighbors are banging something. I really apologize if you can hear it and if it's bothering you. Also, I don't know if you can hear cars passing, but our apartment is facing the main road, our apartment windows, and my desk is near the window. It's the only place I can put it. So I will try my best to cut out all the noises. But before we get started, I'm gonna take a little break just to see if the banging will stop. I don't know what's going on. Just gonna take a 5-minute break, see if the noise stops. If not, you won't be hearing much talking from me for the rest of the video. I will have to do a voiceover because I cannot continue with all this banging. So I will be back once the banging stops. If not, you will hear the voiceover when I'm editing this video. Okay, I think the banging has stopped now. So let's get into the prep of these nails. So as you've probably heard, I have a rubber-based gel on my natural nails. It has grown out a bit, as you can see. So I'm just gonna do a fill in. And then everything that I'm gonna do after filling in this is gonna be exactly what you would do to your natural nails. But first, I'm just gonna take my cuticle pusher and push back my cuticles. So I have had my nails like this for a while now. I've been using a peel-off base coat and just doing that on top of this. Oh, by the way, wanted to update you guys. Oh no, the banging is back. I'm so sorry if you can hear it. I have no idea what's going on. But as I was saying, if it's too much, if the banging is too loud and I can't muffle, like take the sound away, I will try my best I will try my best to remove it. If I cannot, I will just do the voiceover, but I cannot wait for them to finish. Before I continue, just wanted to say that I'm pushing back my cuticles, then using the other end of my cuticle pusher tool just to scrape up. I think I still have some peel-off base coat stuck to my cuticle area, and also just scraping up the dry skin on the cuticles before we continue. So I'm only gonna do one hand on camera, but I'm gonna do the second hand for this whole nail set as well, because I don't want to walk around with one set of extensions. So I'm just gonna do one hand on camera for this whole process, and then I will cut out every time that I do the second hand, so it's not too repetitive. But at the end, there'll be 2 hands done. Okay, so once the cuticles are done, I did say I wasn't going to use the cuticle nippers, but I just want to cut this dry skin that's hanging off the side, just so that I don't pick at it and hurt myself, because I know that I will. But yeah, I'm not cutting any of the cuticles. I'm just leaving them like that. So normally I would go in with my, let me just show you. Let me just do it and show you how I would normally do it so that you can just see. Normally I'd use my e-file, and I would use this bit here. This bit comes with e-files in this little container. I do want to get a rounded cuticle bit, or let me just use this one. It's a little more rounded, and show you how I clean up the cuticles. So I put this on a very low speed at like 2. So that's like 2000 RPMs. And what I do is I hold my e-file at a 45-degree angle, like this. Just put it on pause so we can show you. At a 45-degree angle. You don't want to go like this, or you don't want to go to flat because then you won't reach your cuticle. So at a 45-degree angle, going from what is that, right to left, because I'm using my right hand and my e-file is in forward, the forward position. I don't even know if you can see the screen on camera, but it's in the forward position on 2, and I just go in and I gently just move the bit on the over the surface of the nail. So just doing this will it'll file off all the dead skin and debris on your nail plate, and it'll also help clean up the cuticle area nicely. That'll make your product or your nails last a lot longer. So normally I would do this for just cleaning up the cuticles before I apply my base coat and rubber builder gel. But for today's video, for the purpose of today's video, for what I'm doing, I'm just gonna use my mini mandrel. Just to grab some. My mini mandrel, and this is the little container that I was talking about that it comes with. So these come with 80, 120, 180, and 240 grit sanding bands. The one I have on here is 240. I was using this on my natural nails. I'm gonna take, what is that, a 180 grit, put it on my little mandrel, and I'm gonna use this on my cuticle area to rough up the surface. I'm gonna take my normal nail file and I'm just gonna scratch up the top, just so that this will just prime your little mandrel, just so that it doesn't cut your cuticles, and when your cuticles start bleeding, it doesn't look very nice and it's quite painful. So I'm just gonna do that. Still on speed 2, I'm just gonna go same 45-degree angle. I'm just gonna rough up the surface, just making sure to scratch up the surface of the natural nails there so that my product can adhere. I'm gonna do this for every nail and I will be back. So once I've done that, I'm just gonna go with my alcohol, take my little dusty brush and scrub off all the dust from the nails. And that's how it looks. That's how we're looking. The growth is not that much, so you can barely see it, but that's how it looks. Hi guys, editing me here. I just wanted to come in here and say that I was able to remove the banging noise from the previous clip. So this portion of the video, the banging was still continuing, so I just didn't talk. So here I am doing the voiceover. As you can see, I was just getting my dehydrator and my primer ready, and before I continue, I realized that, like, hey, I'm supposed to buff these nails first. So I just grabbed my buffing block and I'm just going to start buffing up the surface of my nails. So you just want to rough up the surface of your nails using a buffing block. I use a buffing block, but you could use a nail file, the 180 grit side of the file, or if you have a softer file, that's fine. I'm just going to buff up the surface of the nail just to make sure that it's rough and not smooth and shiny, so that our products can adhere to our nails. You just want to do this on your natural nails if you're not doing the method that I'm doing with builder gel or hard gel underneath your natural nail. Just gonna continue buffing these up before going in with the dehydrator and primer before continuing on with the nail art. So now that that is done, I'm just going to go in with my base coat here. I'm going to apply a thin layer to all the nails, and then I'm going to cure each for 30 seconds. Okay, so this is how we're looking with our base coat applied. I think the banging has stopped now because it has been going on for a while, as you could tell by the voiceover. Like, I just feel like today is such a noisy day here. Like, it's normally not this noisy when, like, on a Saturday. It's Saturday today. Normally it's not this noisy, but today it's quite noisy. I have no idea why, but all right, we continue. This is our base coat all applied. Another thing I did forget to mention, gosh, lint-free nail wipes. These, I know, might not look like lint-free, but they actually are. They don't leave any lint behind. But there are others that I want to get, that I need to try and get. The ones that have like little holes in them, I want to try and get those and see if those work any better. But I just bought a big pack of this also on Temu, but we'll also link that down below. I'm just going to take one of my nail wipes with my alcohol and wipe off the sticky layer of the base coat. So I wanted to fill in my rubber base gel, but I figured let me just go through this the right way so that you guys can see every single step that I'm doing. So after wiping off the sticky layer, we are ready to go for our application of our extensions. So first step that I like to do, obviously, our nail tips, we need to size these out, and I'm gonna do them with you. Normally I skip this, but I'm gonna go through this with you today. Just gonna go ahead and generally my sizes are the same with all these nail tips. So I'm just gonna, so when you're picking out your nail tips, your sizes, you want to make sure that when you place the nail tip on your nail at the cuticle, that it meets the sidewall of your nail right to the other side of your nail. So they need to fit sidewall to sidewall to make sure that they will last as long as you need them to. About 4 to 5 weeks is about the maximum that you should wear nails, because your nails grow out and they don't look very nice anymore, and it can cause breakage if your nails grow out too much because the structure of the nail is compromised. So today I'm just using these that I've already showed you and sizing them out sidewall to sidewall. I don't know if I actually want to wear, no, I don't want this shape. No, I'll be back. Gonna get a different shape. Just not feeling this shape today. I'm gonna go and get another shape and I'll be back. I'm back with the other nail tips. Got my medium almonds. I'm gonna do this shape today. Also, these nail tips, also from Temu, Shein, Amazon. Same generic tips that you can get anywhere. I'm gonna size these out. See, same size as the other one, fits my thumb perfectly, sidewall to sidewall. I'm just gonna go ahead and size these out for all of the nails. Generally, the sizes for my nails are the same on both hands. And I like how these are rounded at the corners, the edge. How am I saying corner? They are rounded at the cuticle because my cuticles are very round. Just gonna show you guys how I size these out, just so that you're not seeing like a too sped up version, so that you're not like confused. You can see in this box the sizes that I use the most. Number 7, number 2, number 9. The rest I don't really use, but depending on my rubber base layer, my sizes do change from time to time, just because I have to compensate because of the product that's on my nails. So today, the layer that I did the last time was not so thick. Even with me adding the base coat on top of it today, it's not bad. It hasn't compromised much of the size. So I'm just continuing with this.
Our fights, slow jams, all up in the room, whispering sweet nothings. Baby, just me and you. Melodies in the air, dancing to the beat, feeling the rhythm, making the night complete. You're my muse, my inspiration, my sweetest melody.
As I mentioned, this is normally the size for my middle finger. It's a size 5. But I think because of the layer that I have on my nails here, my ring finger is normally a size 7, but the size 5 is fitting sidewall to sidewall. This is a size, I want to show you the size 6. Kind of fits better, but there's a little gap there, but I just don't want to file these. I'm going to do the size 6, but I just wanted to show you what I was talking about. The normal size for this without any product on, with just a normal base coat, is normally a size 7, but now I had to go down to a size 6, which is seeming to be the same for the other hand as well. Was a little heavy-handed, I guess, on my rubber base gel. All these sizes are so messed up. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, there we go. Number 9. There's our sizes. I'm just gonna put that away. Put our nail tips to the side. And then we're gonna start. So what I do, I've been doing this ever since I started using full cover tips. I go ahead and etch my nail tips with my primer, because as you can see, it's smooth on the inside and we want the gel to adhere nicely to these tips. So I'm gonna just etch the inside of each of these just by taking my primer and scrubbing the inside just where my natural nail is gonna be on. So it'll just create, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it creates like a roughed up surface. So this is just it's very sticky. So this will give our gel something to adhere to when we go and apply it. I'm just gonna do the same for every nail, and we'll be back to apply these. So I have my Flash Cure light to the side here. I know this Flash Cure light is very, very ugly, but I just wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you how I apply these tips using the Flash Cure light. So I'm going to use my soft boulder gel that I mentioned. Actually, no. I'm going to use the rubber-based gel that I mentioned earlier that you could use rubber-based gel. I'm using this to adhere my tips today. So I just wanted to show you guys that it is possible and that it will last just as long. So I'm going to take my rubber-based gel. Turn that off quickly. So there where you've applied your primer, you're going to apply your gel. Apply a thin layer, and whatever's left on the brush, you scrape off. And it's going to take some trial and error before you learn exactly how much to put on. I still have trouble sometimes with being able to see how much I need, but I'm doing it this way just so that you guys can see. I want you guys to see that if you don't have the nail glue gel, you can use rubber-based gel if you have rubber-based gel. I'm just going to turn on my Flash Cure light. So what you do is you take your nail tip with your gel on it, apply it at a 45-degree angle at the cuticle, pushing down. So as you can see, you're pushing up that product up to the nail, and once it reaches the free edge, you go and you Flash Cure with your little Flash Cure light. So I normally do this for like 10 seconds or so before putting it into my nail lamp. And I do have a little air bubble there, which I'll show you in a minute. Right over there, but I'm just gonna try and push it down and cure it so that it's airtight. So normally you get air bubbles if you don't have enough product on, but I think there was just a little gap there that I'm gonna try and get cured down using the Flash Cure light. So there we got rid of the air bubble, and once you are done with your Flash Cure, like I can't speak today, I don't know what's going on. Once you're done with your Flash Cure, you're just gonna wanna go and cure this in your full nail lamp for 60 seconds. But I'm just gonna Flash Cure all of them on first before I do that.
You know, there's a new case of BD every 15 seconds. Well, that's 40 cases a minute, that's 40 cases an hour, multiplied by 24 hours, there, 75 days. But the American Medical Association BD, so what's the guy over here? Are the two most infectious, contagious diseases that each exist.
So as you can see, I've got a little bit of another bubble over there. But I think that is because I didn't have enough product on, and because where my nail grew out, that's where the bubble is, because I didn't fill in my rubber-based gel. But see, in instances like this, where I didn't put enough product to cover my whole natural nail, I'm just gonna go with a little brush. I use a liner brush normally for this. Don't know what happened to this brush, but I'm not gonna use it. It's the long one. Okay, there we go. Little liner brush. We take some of our gel. And we just fill in that little gap as best as we can. So by doing this, you're making sure that there's product all the way to the free edge of your nail, just so that there's no moisture or any dust or anything getting stuck in the nail. So because this is not fully cured, I can still press it down and some of the gel is still pushing up. So I'm just gonna try and press it and have it cure a little bit more just so that it's secure. The reason why I want to get a new flash cure light is because this light is not very strong. It works with normal batteries, and I feel like it's not as strong as the plug-in ones, you know? And it's not really possible for me to put any product in underneath my cuticle there, but I will try and put a little more product on my nail going forward. But I will show you how to fix this if you don't want to take the nail off after flash curing to start over again. I will show you how to fix this once we are done applying all of them. So just because I didn't fill in my rubber base layer, this is the same rubber base that I have on my nails though. Can't really tell because of the color that it is. But what I want to do is, I just want to put some on here using my little brush around the cuticle, not touching the cuticle, just around the cuticle area, just to see if it'll help eliminate that bubble that I'm getting at my cuticle area. Just like that. Let's go ahead and see. Place it down. There we go. That's better. So I'm going to go ahead and flash cure that. So the flash curing is just there to help keep the nail in place. And as you can see, there I got some spillage on the sides. Oh, I got another air bubble. Dang it. Just wipe that off with some alcohol around the cuticle. I'm going to try and press it down and have it cure. It's not so bad, but you do want to make sure that there is no bubbles. And I tried getting it to not, it didn't have a bubble, but I don't know why it cured with a bubble. As you can see, there's so much spillage at the back. I'm just gonna wipe that away so that when we fully cure it, we are not curing gel onto our skin. I used a bit too much gel on this nail. So that's all cleaned up. Once all are flash cured on, we're gonna pop this in the full size nail lamp and cure for a full 60 seconds. Okay, and that is the tips applied. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the tips to my other hand off camera and I'll be back. Okay, so these are all the nails applied. If you're wondering why the whole nail is covered in gel, I just went ahead and put, using my little liner brush, I went ahead and put some of the same rubber base just on the remainder of the length of the nail and the underbellies. But before we get into curing and fixing up these nails, I just want to go ahead and put a top coat. I'm going to use this one that I don't like that much. I want to put a top coat on the underbellies. This is just to avoid gunking up the underbelly and having dust and nastiness stick to the underbellies or the nails. Normally, I get a lot of dust sticking under there and I hate it. So just gonna go and do this for all the nails. Just a very thin layer. And then we're going to cure this for 60 seconds before we get into the shaping and filing. Be sure when you're doing this, if you are going to do this, you can skip this step. I just don't like getting the sticky nastiness underneath the nail, seeing I have product underneath the nail. Okay, now that that's done, the underbellies are top coated. Now we're going to get into shaping these nails. Because I had these air bubbles and spillage, I'm going to use my e-file to clean up the cuticles. But I want to show you with your normal file, if you don't have an e-file, if you're not comfortable using one, how, if you've gotten your application done properly, how you can shape and file the nails without having to use an e-file. So that's how we're looking after filing and shaping using only our hand file, and that looks good. I'm going to go and fix these nails that have some lifting or some air bubbles here, because I don't want it to cause any lifting. So I will show you guys how I deal with that using my e-file. Then these two, I'll also use the e-file. I just feel like it's quicker just because there's some spillage here, and I'll clean that up and we'll buff them, and then we can get into the simple nail art that we're doing today. So generally I will do it using my safety bit, but today I'm just going to use my 180 grit mini mandrel sanding band here, and I'm going to put it on speed 5. I don't want to do it too fast because I don't want to eat away at too much of the nail. I'm going to just start by going over it until we've reached that little gap there. I think I'll just speed it up a bit to 10,000 RPM. I normally wouldn't go this fast around my cuticles, but just because I'm trying to debulk the product at the cuticle, I'm gonna put it on speed 10. I don't like that the blue is coming off from this, so I think I'll just switch to my safety bit like I wanted to originally and continue. I don't know why the color comes off. I don't like it, but we'll just continue that. So this bit will eat at the product quite far, so you have to be very gentle with this. I'm just going a bit higher from the cuticle with this bit just to smooth everything out, just because I don't want it to create like a little zip going down. So let me just file the other one as well before we get to filling that in and fixing it. Just want to make sure that I'm filing enough. So this one is done. We can leave this one as is. These two that had the bubbles at the end, I just want to fill in at the end with the same rubber-based gel. So I just wanted to come in here again with the voiceover because I noticed during the editing that I was speaking and pausing a lot because I was trying to concentrate. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just taking my little liner brush and I'm filling in that little gap that I filed away where the nail was lifted from the nail plate. I'm just going to use my little liner brush and try and fill in the cuticle area and the side walls. I'm just going in very slowly, making sure that I'm not flooding the cuticle. And I'm holding my nail in that position, as you can see, facing downwards, just so that it doesn't flood the cuticle. Because this rubber-based gel does tend to flood. It's not very, very thick. So I'm just going in and dragging it up the side walls as well. And then I'm going to go in with the actual brush from the bottle. And I'm just going to smooth it out across the surface of the whole entire nail, just to make sure that the whole nail is smooth and that there isn't like this weird texture on the nail from the transition from there where I filled in and the actual nail. So I'm just going to do that for the nails that I had to fix up there, and I'm going to repeat it on my second hand, but you're not going to see that. And then we'll be back to finish up the rest of the nails. Okay, that's how it looks. I'm just putting that to the side. I'm gonna wipe it with alcohol. Take off the tacky layer, and there we go. It's fixed. So after doing that, I'm just gonna continue filing up the side walls of the nails and the tips, just rounding them out. And then we'll be back to continue the nail art. So these are the nails, all filed, shaped, and buffed. Went and gave my hands a wash. Okay, there we go, all clean. Now all the nails are clean. Now we can start on our nail art. This nail is crooked, but it's whatever. I don't really care. I'm not fixing it. But now we're gonna start with the nail art. So if you are not doing any nail art and you did this method that I did with the rubber-based gel, then you could go ahead and top coat as is if you want. But I just want to add a little bling, a little shimmer to it. That's why I want to add the cat eye gel. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my cat eye gel and my magnets and my stickers. If I don't like the stickers, I might not even put them on, to be honest. But let's open these up. Take out our stickers. There's our stickers. So what I'm gonna do, put the stickers to the side. I wanna do a non-dominant hand first. Let me do that. So I'm gonna go in with a coat of my cat eye gel. Actually, I'm gonna give it a shake just to make sure that all the little magnet pieces are all evenly distributed. After giving it a shake, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not putting base coat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my primer. I shouldn't have a problem with it sticking, but it's just a precaution. I'm taking my primer, smoothing out the tip before I put on the gel. I'm gonna do it one by one so that no lint gets stuck in them. I'm going in with a coat of this. Let's go ahead and try and magnetize these. I always forget, do you have to do it going upwards or down? I don't know, we'll see. I touched it. So I'm gonna go over that again. Okay, so this is how the cat eye is looking. I actually really like it. It looks good. So I'm not gonna wipe the tacky layer off from this. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick the stickers right on top of that because I found that it's a lot better to stick them on. They stick much better when there's a sticky layer on the nail. So I'm just gonna go in with this little tweezers and see if I can get some. Let me just see. Hold on. Where's the other one? Here it is. Which stars do I want? I like these stars more. Decisions. I'm afraid I won't have enough if I use these for both hands, so let me just do these ones. I know this wasn't part of the plan, but I'm just gonna put some extra white dots because I want some more white dots. Hopefully it doesn't look too far off. If I do my own white dots. Just got some white liner gel and a dotting tool. think the small one will be fine. Just gonna make some extra dots. Okay, there we are. So, what I normally do, or what I've been doing, is I'm gonna take my soft boulder gel, clear soft boulder gel, and I'm just gonna kind of encapsulate the nail stickers just so that they don't come out. I've had a problem with them lifting up underneath the top coat. Okay, that's all cute. I'm just gonna wipe the tacky layer, some alcohol. It's all nice and smooth. You won't even know that there's stickers on this nails. Great. Now I'm just gonna go and repeat everything that I just did on this hand. And I'm gonna go and do it on this hand. And we'll be back in 1 magical second. Okay, so these are the nails all done. This is how the nails turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this video was informative and helpful to all of you who want to do your own Gel X nails at home. I hope that I did share enough information, but I'll probably revisit this in the future if I do change up anything that I do in this process of what I do, especially if I get new equipment like the new flash curing light and, all those things that I didn't have. But I just wanted to show you guys how I do it and how I make it work with what I have on hand and how my nails turn out. So this is how the nails came out. I actually really, really like this gel polish and how the nails came out. Didn't take me that long. So I'm pretty happy. I'm happy with these nails. I'm just gonna go ahead and put some cuticle oil on, and then I'll show you guys some shots with the cell phone flash just so you can see the cat eye effect much better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. And I hope that I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much and thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving me. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.